Good morning and welcome to
Hey.
the family meeting.
We're
glad
back.
that you're here.
You're here.
We're back and better than ever.
Well, I don't know about better than ever, but we're here.
We are better than ever. I am telling you, we are. Why are we better than ever?
Why don't you tell me? I didn't say we were.
We are better than ever because we have friends coming in tomorrow.
That doesn't make us better.
It makes us better than ever because we're excited, we're pumped, we're feeling good. Can I actually tell you where all this positive energy is coming from?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Today, after we record this episode, the girls and I have an appointment, a meeting together to deep clean, declutter our family room upstairs. And I'm so excited. So that's where all this positive energy is coming from.
I'm happy because I get out of all that because I got my fire chaplain duties. So I got to go deliver some cookies and check on all our firefighters. So I get out of that. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and I'm happy you're going to be gone.
Yeah. I know. You're always glad when I'm gone. You're like, at least he's not making a mess.
Exactly. The stars are aligning for us
messing
today.
things up. So.
But I wonder if you feel that way. Like, as a woman, do you feel like excited and happy when your house is clean or when you know you're going to get it clean? As a man, most men I don't think care about that.
I some do, but I just don't. I don't notice things like that.
Some do, but not all.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic week this week. Relationship Refresh is just around the corner from us, like 3 days away, and we are really excited about it. He and I are doing all of our last minute, like talk through everything, make sure that we have everything ready to roll.
On the same page, yeah.
I'll be doing some shopping for snacks and treats and drinks for everybody at the conference. We're just going to have a really good time. So this is a good week.
Yeah, and I'm not overlooking Relationship Refresh. We're going to talk about that as we get into the podcast here. But I've been doing some work this week, getting everything ready for our 8-week group coaching experience that's going to be starting September 4th on breaking the cycle. And so got the event up where people can get their tickets, and it's going to be helpful for a lot of people, I think. And so you can go on to familymeeting.org/shop, and you'll see two options there. One of them is the group coaching that starts September 4th. You can actually jump in right now. The minute you jump in, we'll put you into a private Facebook group, and we'll start to have the conversation, lay the groundwork for the things that we're going to cover starting September 4th. But if you say, you know what, I really don't want to wait that long. I don't want to have to wait over a month to get started on breaking the cycle. We have private one-on-one coaching as well. So you see both those options, but I'm looking forward to the time where we get to spend together starting September 4th. And it'll be good. You'll be hearing more about that as we get closer, but I've been working on it this week, so I wanted to throw that out there.
And actually, I was thinking about something while you were talking. We probably need to be talking about our conference in Georgia. That's August 9th, which that'll be right around the corner from Relationship Refresh. Like, Relationship Refresh is the last weekend. Is it the last weekend of July? Yeah, so we're talking like one more week, and then we have that conference in Georgia, in case people are able to come to that. So there's a lot coming up. It's going to be a busy end of summer.
Yeah.
I hate saying end of summer because I love summer so much.
Summer is ending.
It's ending, and we're going to be back into the school year again. But we have a great episode today.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about being a lawnmower parent, which I had never heard of before.
These kids need to mow this lawn now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, they're scheduled to mow it on Thursday.
They definitely need to lawnmower it. Yeah. It's time. So we're going to give you 5 ways you can get your kids to mow your lawn. Number 1 is tell them to do it. Number 2, actually, they're all telling them to do it. So 5 ways to tell them to do it.
That's it. All right, let's get into this episode, babe. Start us off.
Gather around, everybody. It's time for a family meeting. The Family Meeting is a show that's all about family relationships. We're the Osterkamps. I'm Thomas, and this is my lovely wife, Lysandra.
Well, thank you. Hello, and welcome to our family. Welcome to episode 252 of the Family Meeting Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to discuss 5 ways to know you're a lawnmower parent.
Okay. I literally have no idea what what's going on. I don't know what this is. So if
Yeah.
you're like me out there, you're like, what in the world's Lawnmower Parent? We're gonna find out.
We're going to find out together. Actually, this episode was one that Thomas sent me from an article that he saw. And I don't think you knew what a Lawnmower Parent was. I didn't.
No.
And so we're learning together today.
Yeah.
We're going to learn together.
We're gonna hear about that.
Should I hold off on the definition?
Yeah, before we
Okay.
get into all that, we got a couple things.
Okay.
First of all, relationship refresh is like 3 days away.
What?
Down here in beautiful Flagler Beach. We're excited about it. Going to be talking about man versus wife and just seeing how our differences can create problems, but they don't have to.
Yeah.
Those differences can become strengths in your marriage relationships. They should become strengths in your marriage relationships. It's great that we are different. So that'll be a good time together. I'm looking forward to it.
It will. I can't wait. And it's not too late to sign up. I mean, 3
Yeah.
days away feels like, oh, geez, it's like right now. But it is not too late. We have space for you. We would love for you to join us. We're just really excited about it.
That is familymeeting.org/shop. And you can find Relationship Refresh, get your tickets, just $25 a couple. So we're literally just trying to cover the cost of putting on the event to be a help and a blessing to as many couples as possible. So make your plans to attend. We've been having this conversation on the family meeting page. This question was posed: what do you love most about being married? And it's some of the conversations. What would be your answer to that question?
What if you don't have anything?
Oh, wow. Okay. It says love most. So not necessarily things are great, but this is probably the best thing out of all the worst things, I guess. I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. Did I answer it? Oh yeah, I did answer it. I remember what I put, because it's hard for me. It's hard to pick. Actually, it's hard for me to pick anything that is a favorite, because I like so many things. But I chose the word friendship.
Okay.
I love the friendship. Like, I always have my friend
Yeah.
everywhere I go. Friendship.
Now, I didn't put this. I thought it. I didn't write it down.
Oh no, I know. You can see from your eyes.
What is it?
You're gonna say sex.
I am too. I did.
Yeah, because with
That's
your
exactly-
I know those eyes.
Basically what I thought, but I didn't put it.
Do you have a second thing that would be more appropriate to put on the post? What would your second choice be?
I mean, it would be sexual in nature.
Can you pick
We'd
something?
have to get way down the line.
Okay, fine. Way down the line when all of the sex stuff is done.
That could take a while.
Thomas, what is your favorite thing about being married besides that?
Boy.
I guess I better never close up shop.
Yeah, exactly. So we've had some I'll get to it. Let me read some from our listeners here.
All right, go ahead.
Caitlin Early jumped in and she said, "Not sure yet since I'm not married, but I'm excited to see!"
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I wonder, is she engaged?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It kind of sounded like it.
I really don't. Yeah, it looks like it's around the corner for her.
That's exciting.
And that's the thing, is like a great marriage is a lot of work. But that starts before you even say I do, but it is so rewarding. Mm-hmm. So we're excited for Caitlin and her future. Sharon Mark Kabangan, she said, I guess it's she, I don't know, they share a page.
I feel like maybe you said their last name wrong.
Having my best friend to navigate the hard things with, but also celebrate the amazing things with.
That's great.
So the
I
highs
agree
and
with that.
lows, yeah, right alongside with friendship, what you were talking about.
Well said.
Amanda Lawrence says, having the one person in your life that really, truly gets you with no judgment.
I think that is something that's really cool if you have in a marriage, but I don't think everybody has that.
No, and that's a great thing for Amanda and for her husband.
Yeah, I'm glad they have that.
Because you're right, a lot of couples, they do judge each other. But yeah, when you have that, it is very special.
A lot of them don't get each other either, which is what we're talking about at Relationship Refresh.
Yeah. Patty Allen says, having someone to bug for the rest of his life. I love that, man. Yeah.
That has to be your answer after
I know. I do
the
like
one
that.
category. Because you love bugging me.
Yeah, knowing your spouse constantly is definitely a major perk.
There's nothing that will make you smile more than when you irritate me and you get under my skin and you say something to make me mad. Your face, like, you light up.
Well, proof of that is the thumbnail for this episode. So we
Yes.
just took the picture for this episode, and I was kind of aggravating Lysandra and playing off something one of our daughters said, and which I won't say right now on the podcast. But
I'm okay with you saying it.
I just won't say it right now.
Okay.
If you see the photo, you can tell. Like, I've said something that was semi-insulting and...
Semi-insulting?
I mean, I didn't say it.
It was
I didn't
very
say
insulting.
it. Someone else, one of our other family members said it, and I just kind of made a joke about it.
All right.
But yeah, definitely annoying you. Chloe Koski says, getting to have deep conversations with my best friend all the time. Also, he fixes stuff when I break it.
Sounds like they've got a great marriage.
I can do the conversations. You know, the deeper the conversations, the deeper the relationship, I believe. Now, the fixing stuff,
Sometimes.
That's not. It depends on what it is. I can't fix everything. Oh, which, hey, I did a lot of projects around the house while Lysandra was out of town. The one I didn't get to was the microwave, which it's been hooked up with an extension cord for like a year. Got the electrician in the other day and fixed it. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
which was wonderful. I'm very, very happy.
But
actually, this morning I just looked at the microwave and the backsplash.
And the fact that there was no cord there.
And I thanked God for it, that the cord is gone. I really enjoy just looking at it now.
Yeah. Jessica Ruff says, it's like a never-ending sleepover with my bestie.
That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, which is so true. There's a lot of times where we just lay there at night and we just joke around and we talk and we have a good time. All the pillow talk and all of that kind of stuff. I'll share one more with you. This comes from Gregory Ream. Having someone to tell me when the traffic light turns green, or pressing the bonus brake pedal on the passenger side of the car that only appears when she rides with me. And my favorite one, having someone to randomly gasp about absolutely nothing as I'm driving down the road.
Woo!
All husbands experience this, I think, from their wives. But yeah, definitely. We are there all the time as well. Where Lysandra's like making weird noises and like, there's the red light, there's stop, they got brake lights on. I'm like, I know. Now, to be fair, every once in a great while, you help out.
Like that time that I was like, you're too close to the side. You're too close to the side. And then our mirror hit a mailbox.
Yeah, just barely touched it. I mean,
it hit the mailbox.
There's no damage to the mailbox or the car.
From then on, I was like, don't you tell me not to tell you when you're too close to the side of the road.
So
I have earned the right.
No, you haven't. But this is the problem. You cry wolf so many times that I don't believe you when a wolf shows up. And that's the problem, ladies, that we have.
Let me make sure that I'm understanding what you just said correctly. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Is what you're saying, it was my fault that you hit the mailbox?
No, I'm saying...
Is that what you're saying? Because I said too many times?
No, when you gasp or like have a reaction that isn't right for the moment, you over-exaggerate in your reactions too often, that when there is something going to happen for real, nobody believes you. We just think, she's just doing it again. She's just slamming her foot through the floorboard for no reason.
Okay, well.
So, Gregory, I'm with you, my man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Whatever.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But anyway, lawnmower parenting.
A lawnmower parent. What is a lawnmower parent?
I don't know. I'm hoping you'll tell me.
Let's talk about this.
Just don't expect me to add a lot to the conversation today. I mean, they don't anyway.
Webster's Dictionary defines lawnmower parent as...
No, are you serious?
I don't think it's actually in the Webster's Dictionary. But this is what a lawnmower parent is.
Now I gotta look this up. You do that. I want to look this up.
You look it up in Webster's. Someone who steps in to solve every problem before a child even faces it. While well-intentioned, the style of parenting robs kids of the opportunity to build resilience, confidence, and independence. I think this could be very similar to a helicopter mom
Yeah, why? I wonder why it's called lawnmower parenting.
Well, we're gonna get in that.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah. Right. Well, right here. A lawnmower parent is a term used to describe a parenting style where a parent tries to eliminate all obstacles or difficulties that their child might face, mowing down anything that could cause discomfort, struggle, or failure.
Oh, I got
So they
you.
mow
Okay.
down any issues for the kid so that the kid has easy sailing forever. And of course, no harm will ever come to that child, especially when they become an adult.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
It is not in the Webster's Dictionary, at least not online. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
I didn't think it would be.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's a relatively new term.
Yeah, I'd never heard it. It makes sense now that I hear why it's described that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a great term. But when you first hear it, you're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's just the idea, is like catch your attention.
Yeah. To make you think.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious how many of our listeners have heard the phrase lawnmower parenting before.
Yeah, YouTube, if you have heard that term, put it in the comments.
Some of you are up on the current trends, and so you're like, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, where have you been?
Like 5 minutes ago when they first came up with it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're old and we have a harder time keeping up now.
But speak for yourself. Talking about old, okay, I'm not the one who is on Amazon late at night shopping for frownies.
Listen, frownies are awesome. We have to tell them about frownies.
Oh, yeah, I know. You said we're old, and I'm bringing it up.
We have to talk about frownies. Speak a little bit more of a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
The other day, I saw something on social media that was telling how old Principal Belding was on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
And remember, I thought he was so old.
Oh, everybody did.
Yeah, he was like 37.
No. No.
Yeah, I think he was 37 when he started. You can look it up if you want to.
That's crazy.
I think he was 37 when he started, and I thought he was so old. Thomas, you guys, is 44.
I'm gonna be 45 in a couple months here.
Jeez Louise, 44. And I'm 40. So frownies, yeah. So I see this ad come up for frownies.
Social media or what? How did you see it?
It might have been Pinterest. I don't know.
Okay.
Which I guess, is Pinterest social media too?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Okay. I don't know where it was, but I saw this ad and it's like it's like a sticker and you put it on and the next day your wrinkles are gone.
So for those of you who are watching by way of YouTube, we're going to show you.
I'm going to show you what it is.
Okay.
So this is frownies.
So that's the box. Show them what the actual patches look like.
I will. It's this teeny tiny box, like as big as like a little bit smaller than my hand.
Like a business card almost.
Yep. You get 144 patches for $25. So when I saw that, like, this isn't like,
3 things for $25 or whatever.
Yeah, something really expensive. I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna try this. So I got them and I brought them home. I got them in. So this is what they look like, and you peel them apart.
They're like perforated.
They're perforated, and they come into triangles, basically. So you take them and you put them on your wrinkles. Well, I told Thomas, I was like, babe, we're going to treat our wrinkles together.
Yeah, she comes up to me and is like, we're going to do this thing. And I'm
We're
like,
going to do this tonight.
I'm like, what wrinkles? Like, I don't even have any.
If you're watching on YouTube, show them. Jeepers,
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot of wrinkles.
Whoa.
Yeah,
There,
a lot
sorry,
of wrinkles.
You can adjust your hat
Thank
now.
you.
He's got a lot of wrinkles on his forehead. I was like, that's going to use up a lot of frownies.
Forehead, around my eyes, around my mouth.
Yeah,
all
which
the
we
frowning.
didn't treat your mouth because your
little
stubble was
stubble,
pretty hot, long at that point. But so we like we get the frownies out and we tear them into the triangles.
You put them on first.
And what you do is you put a little warm water on each triangle and then you stick it to your face. And the second we put the warm water on it, it was an overwhelming, powerful smell of unwashed booty.
Oh,
okay?
yeah. Horrible.
I am talking like if you've ever smelled an unwashed booty, that's it.
Yeah.
Like perfectly nailed it. That's the exact smell.
Like nasty, sweaty,
unwashed.
The worst smell you could possibly. It is so horrifying. And so we go back and I'm like, where'd you get these? All right, got them on Amazon. We go start reading the comments, and everybody's like, "These things smell the worst."
The
like,
one lady was like, "My kids call these poopy patches."
Yeah,
Mom's poopy patches
because they smell so bad. But it doesn't smell like poop. It literally smells like unwashed bottom.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So we put them on, and we both looked insane. Which we need to do it again because you got some wrinkles coming back.
I'm gonna need a lot of those.
And
I just don't know if I can handle the smell.
We have to get a picture with it on us. But we went to sleep, and the next morning we took them off. And he went to the gym like always before me, and I meet him at the gym. And we come up to each other, and both of us, I swear we had less wrinkles.
They work. I mean, I don't know.
They literally worked in one night.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. I think I need to wear them a lot in order to actually see something happen. But I noticed with you right away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know how they're getting the wrinkles away. But
I don't know what they do, but there's something in the unwashed butt that treats wrinkles. And so you have to kind of decide, like, do I want to smell like unwashed booty or have wrinkles? And I've chosen the stench.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kidding. But no, I've used these 3 times. I think we've had them for a week. I've used them 3 times, and it really did actually help with the wrinkles.
10 years younger.
Yeah. So,
but that's the thing. We are older, so we don't hear about things as quickly as some of you do. But the lawnmower parenting it's a great phrase, but
it is. It makes sense.
What does this look like? You're talking about mowing down anything that could cause discomfort, struggle, or failure. And so what you're doing is you're preemptively solving problems for your children, even minor ones. Which, hey, it comes from a good place, right? Because we all want what's best for our kids. We want to spare them from hurt and harm and everything else. The problem is that, your kid doesn't have a chance to grow and to learn from the interactions. So you're intervening in situations before the child even know there's a challenge. And it's just this idea of overprotecting and shielding the child from natural consequences. You may do things like calling teachers to argue grades.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, have you ever done that?
No, never done that.
No?
Well, most of the time I was the child's teacher.
So I was calling Lysandra being like, what do you mean they didn't pass?
Yeah.
Like, giving him an A. What's it going to harm?
Yeah, you did not do that.
What about delivering forgotten homework or lunch repeatedly? And it's one thing to do it like once or twice.
Right.
You forget every once in a while, whatever. But when you just keep doing it, right? We're kind of enabling them for bad behavior. Avoiding hard conversations or emotional discomfort on the child's behalf.
You know who I'm picturing right now? Beverly Goldberg.
Oh, sure. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
She would be a lawnmower parent for sure.
Yeah. Because there's all these episodes of her like marching into the principal's office and fighting for her children and all of this.
If you've not seen the Goldbergs TV show, it's pretty funny, and they kind of talk about the 80s.
Yep, all the 80s.
Yeah.
So today, though, we're going to look at 5 red flag behaviors that may be holding your child back because you are this lawnmower parent. Number 1 is solving problems before your child even tries. So here's an example of this. Maybe you step in to fix a peer conflict, rewrite their homework, email the teacher before your child has really attempted anything themselves. And the reason that this is harmful, which probably most of you can already see this, is that it robs your child of the chance to develop problem-solving skills, perseverance, and confidence. So you're fixing everything before they can actually do anything themselves. And problem solving is a skill that your child needs. My child needs that skill. Because they are eventually going to be out on their own. They're not going to have you always forever.
I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah. And it really is important for your child to run into problems and issues so that they learn how to solve them.
Well, and that's the thing. Lysandra, I've talked about this, almost day one of the podcast. Like, we're not raising kids. We're trying to raise world changers here who can go out and make a difference in the world. And when you step up to do anything, we were actually talking about this in our men's group last night because we were talking about initiative and how important that is. But when you step up to do anything of value, you are going to face opposition. You're going to face criticism. You're going to fall and you're going to fail. Failure is not a bad thing. I still am thinking about what Catherine said a couple episodes when the girls took over and just talking about learning from failure. That's going to happen when you step up to do anything. And so what happens when we solve the problem ahead of time, when our child then comes up on an obstacle and they've not ever had to learn how to do that before, they're like, okay, I can't do this. So, we're kind of stunting their future growth and opportunities. So, major red flag there. Second one is preventing all failure or discomfort. And here's what that looks like. You don't let your child try out for something they might not make, which is the exact opposite of the middle.
Yeah.
So I guess we're talking sitcoms today.
Yep.
But on the middle, where she tries out for everything.
Susu heck.
Yes, Susu. That's right. She tries out for everything, and she does not make it now on anything. She keeps trying out, though.
And then she's like so excited that she made it in the play or something, and she ends up being a rock or something like that. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah. But you know, you don't let them try out for something they might not make, or you cushion every disappointment. And this is why that's harmful. Failure teaches resilience. It teaches adaptability, emotional strength. These are all things that our children are going to need moving forward. Life is just tough. Life is rough. Life knocks you down. That's just part of it. And we have to learn how to persevere through all these things. Now, I'm thankful that we don't have to do it alone, that, as followers of Jesus, he gives us the strength and all the things that we need when it's not about my power, my strength. But we need to learn these different things. Our children need to learn how to have emotional strength, adaptability, and all that. Shielding them creates fear of failure and a dependence on you.
Mm-hmm. I remember when one of our kids was just devastated about a friend who was mean to them, and kind of like a little betrayal. They were little, but it was so important to them, and it was just, they were just crushed. Their little spirit was crushed, and I remember them crying and holding them.
And I was like, get used to it. Never ends. People always hurt you. They always betray you. So remember that feeling.
Yeah, I guess you can go a little heavy on the opposite.
Oh, yeah, maybe,
too,
maybe I guess.
But I was just holding her. I was so sad, and I was later telling my mom about it, and I was like, I just want to make sure that never happens again, and I'm going to make sure that she doesn't, spend time with that person again, and all of this. And my mom said something very wise and very profound, as mothers often do. She said, it is good for your child to go through pain. It is good for her to experience this. I know it's hard to watch, but it will be good for her in the long run. And of course, she was right.
Yeah.
And my daughter learned from that. And she also learned how she didn't want to treat other people and things like that. But it was very profound for me. And I remembered that every time a new thing would happen with my child, because all of them go through these hard times, right? Because such is life. And just understanding it's okay for them to feel pain. It is good for them.
Well, and that's one of those things where, having a solid extended family unit that can provide that kind of perspective when you're in it, because when your child's going through it, it's like I do want to shield them. It's just that instinct within us that we can take to the extreme where we become a lawnmower parent. But here, your mom is. She's had the experience of watching her children make decisions and struggle and then work their way through it and come out and be successful and it's painful while you're watching your kids do that, but then watching them become adaptable, become resilient, emotionally strong, to become the successful people that you and your sister and your brother have become is such a great thing. And so here she's able to tell you in the moment, hey, I've been there, and everything's gonna be fine, even though it's a difficult situation.
And even in that scenario that I just described, I wonder if even then my mom is thinking in her mind, I wish I could take this pain from my daughter.
Sure.
Because of course she was watching me go through pain as I watched my daughter go through pain. And I'm sure that just never goes away.
Yeah.
But it's good for us. All right, number 3 is constantly speaking for them. This is one that I have to constantly think about, because I'm a fast talker and I don't take any time to process anything internally.
No, you?
Yeah, me, baby. Just constantly boom, jumping in. And I'm the kid everybody hated in class. Not that I didn't go to real school, I homeschooled.
She's like, I'm the only one in my class and everybody in my class hated me. That's self-loathing.
Kind of true.
Thank God for therapy, right?
Yes. Speaking of which, I am in therapy.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to share that with all of our listeners. I've really enjoyed it. So anyway,
What I love is your therapist is telling you things I've been telling you for years.
Yeah. And things that I know. Things that I know.
Yeah.
But you just, it's just hard. You just need somebody to help you work through things. But I was that kid who like always raised their hand first and wanted to answer. I guess you could say in my Sunday school classes, I was that kid.
Yeah.
Not in my homeschool classes. But so I tend to want to do this for my kids, so I have to work really hard at this one. And yes, I fail. Here's an example for you, though. You answer questions for your child, order from them at restaurants,
Ooh.
or speak up in social situations when they hesitate. And all those things are things that I have done.
Yeah.
Many times that I have caught myself doing, tried to stop. I'm aware of it. You want to laugh right now.
No, I was just, I mean, you do that. You do it less now than before. But you do that, and then there was the incident at Pollo Tropical where it's like, what does everybody want me to order from? Can't I just sit down and eat my food? Like, yeah.
I created the monsters that they were. So why is this harmful? It stunts their communication skills and their self-advocacy, especially in real-world situations or high-pressure situations. They don't know how to speak for themselves. This is something I am seeing all over society right now.
Yeah.
Like, I meet new people all the time intentionally, and I'm talking to kids and teenagers with their parents and stuff, and like full-grown teenagers cannot have a conversation. And it is because of this. Like, I will see the moms step in and talk for their kids. And then what happens is the kids want them to.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't want to, because it's easier. It's way easier for somebody else to talk for you. So I think this is a real issue for sure.
A fourth red flag here is micromanaging their schedule and decisions.
Which you have to do when they're teeny tiny.
Right, exactly, yes.
When they're little, we made every decision for them.
But it's like, as they become older, at every stage, we need to give them appropriate decisions for the stage. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, I'm not going to let my 4-year-old make a decision that an 18-year-old should be making.
Yeah. We have a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what number.
I don't know what number. We're 252 in.
Yep,
So
how to help your children make decisions. That's on there.
But, micromanaging everything about it, for instance, you choose their extracurriculars, their hobbies or classes without input, and rush to fill their calendar to set them up for quote-unquote success. And we all want our kids to be successful. Mm-hmm. But there's a danger in micromanaging all of it and dictating every single aspect of it. And here's why it's harmful. Kids need space to develop their own interests. They need space to develop autonomy. They need to learn time management. And over-control can lead to burnout or identity confusion. It's like we have kids who really don't know who they are. They only know who we're telling them to be. And all of our kids are created differently. They're created uniquely. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing. They're all have an opportunity to impact the world in their own unique way, and we need to let them kind of give them safe parameters to figure out who that is and what that looks like for them. That's
good. Think about like a 16, 17-year-old kid who can't set an alarm and get up at a certain time.
Yeah.
That's what this is creating, basically. Number 5 today is making excuses or blaming others for their mistakes. Oh my goodness, right? Do we not all know a parent who's like, that could have been my kid. My kid would never.
Oh, so being a teacher in a Christian school, being a youth pastor for a lot of years, and now even lead pastor, the number of times where it's like, my kid would never. Like, I know my kid wouldn't do that. I'm like, your kid's doing that. Like, I know my kids, they're doing stuff that I wouldn't agree with.
Yeah. Because of the interactions we had with so many parents and teenagers before we ever had teenagers, we basically told each other and decided for ourselves that we were going to always assume our kids could do the worst.
We're almost the opposite, like the negative opposite end of that, where it's like, what did my kid do? They had to have done it.
Yeah. And not that we assume the worst about our kid, but if information comes out, we're not going to be surprised because we understand that every single person is capable of every single sin at all times. and including our children. So yeah, we would definitely err on the other side of this for sure. But this is not going to help them to blame everybody else. Like, okay, you blame the coach, you blame the teacher, you blame the system when your child underperforms or misbehaves. Or even blaming other kids, like, oh, well, that kid cheated to get there, or that kid only is in that position because their mom is the coach, or like all these things, right? And what this does is you're not helping the child take responsibility for any kind of failure.
Yeah.
And that's how we learn from failure, right? Like failure is wasted if we don't learn from it.
Totally.
And so you got to take responsibility for when you make mistakes or you underperform. And so what this is doing is it's undermining accountability. And my goodness, accountability in our culture right now is like going away. And it's also going to teach your child to avoid ownership, and that weakens emotional character and development. And this is going to come into play in their own marriage when they get into some sort of a disagreement and it's always somebody else's fault or it's the other person's fault. They never want to take accountability or ownership of their mistakes. And that's going to follow them the rest of their lives and give them a miserable life.
Yeah. And so, maybe you see one or two, or hopefully not all five of these red flags pop up. It's just something to stop and to think about. And I'm reminded of what the scripture tells us about wisdom and training, right? Not rescuing your children, but we're teaching them, we're training them. Ephesians 6:4 says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." And so Lysandra and I are writing a book right now on disciplining your children. And the thing is, like, parenting should be balanced, right? There are times where you need to be firm, and there's times where you need to be loving, where you're guiding but not overbearing. And it admittedly so, it can be a fine balance to walk. Like,
yeah.
A fine line to walk. It's a balancing act. Sometimes, we may lean a little too heavy in being firm. Other times, maybe we lean a little too heavy in kind of allowing, grace, where it's like we're not holding them accountable. But not provoking includes avoiding over control or enabling behaviors.
Yeah.
And so you're trying as best as you can to find that line.
And you're going to fail at this.
Totally.
And remember what we always talk about, right? Failure's okay, but don't waste the failure. Learn from the failure. So when you do, swing a little over towards over control, learn from that. Okay, I really handled that poorly. I was way over controlling. I should have let them face that consequence on their own. Okay, we learn from that.
Yeah.
Maybe you do make another mistake and you fail again the next time. And this time you were way too harsh on them. You weren't there for them when you really should have been. Okay, I'm going to learn from that. That was too far. There's this middle ground that is much more balanced, and look for that. We want to talk now about how can you do better, right? So maybe you've listened to this and you're like, okay, I kind of do that. Oops, I did
some
that.
red flags here.
Yeah.
How can we shift?
Like me, that's how I am when I read the one about talking for your kids and jumping in for them when there's like any social quiet where I want to be like, oh yeah, she did this and this and this. So what can we do? How can we raise kids who are capable, not coddled, right? So the first thing we want to share with you is to try to shift from a rescuing mindset to a coaching mindset. Rather than jumping in to fix every mistake or prevent any failure, try to ask questions rather, okay? Like, what do you think you should do? And this can be used even with a small child.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's say a small child doesn't want to share with his sibling. You can look at them and say, okay, your little brother really wants to play with that truck. What do you think you should do? Let him work through it in his mind, even if he is only 5 years old or younger.
Well, and I like that you point that out, because even if you think about sports, and I'm a big fan of basketball, you've got the tiny little preschool upward leagues and whatever else where you've got a coach, and the way that he coaches those little 5-year-olds is going to be different than the way an NBA coach or a college coach is coaching coaching these men and these women. And so you have to shift into the coaching philosophy and mentality that your child needs, for the stage of life they're in.
Right. I'm picturing like some big, excited coach screaming at little basketball players in teeny tiny little uniforms to like dribble better.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ah.
Bobby Knight was one of the most like fiery coaches that people know of, coached for Indiana. He threw chairs and all kinds of stuff. So to picture him like coaching preschoolers, throwing chairs around and screaming.
Right.
Yeah,
because we've been to those little Upward basketball games where it's so cute and the coaches are like, good try, buddy. Next time, try this. It's really sweet. And that's the kind of coaching that we need to understand at different levels what they need at that time. But so here's another question. That
I could not coach preschoolers in basketball.
You need to stay away from preschoolers.
No.
In any coaching capacity.
We went to our friend's girls, their daughter played, and I'm just like, this is physically painful for me to watch these girls play basketball.
Miserable.
Yeah. It's like, these kids all suck. It doesn't look like anybody's trained them how to do anything.
They're just running in circles on the court, having a great time.
Yeah. Like, are you making friendship bracelets right now instead of grabbing a rebound? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, Thomas was no longer invited.
Like, she's the enemy right now.
Okay, you're getting me way off track here. Here's another question that you can ask your child when you're trying to switch from rescuing to coaching, and that is, how can I support you as you walk through this? So that's not going to be a question for a 5-year-old. That's going to be a question for a 15-year-old, maybe an 18-year-old. And so what you're doing here is you're trying to help them build their own problem-solving skills. And as they do that, they do build self-confidence. Okay, so now they have a little bit more confidence in, I faced this problem, and because I know that I can handle this, I'm going to be able to face this next problem, okay, because of how it went in the past, because they actually have a little experience in facing problems. And also, by the way, the one thing that we are trying to teach them too, at least for us in our family, is we're trying to teach them to rely on God. So it's not self-confidence in the way of like, oh, I can handle this, I'm amazing. But it's like, me and God, we can face anything together. Yeah. We don't ever need to panic because we have him with us, working right alongside us. And Catherine was talking about her car not starting. We were having our young adult connection group on Sunday night, and she was talking about how that was one area in her life where she had to learn to trust God. And then the next question was, what did you learn from it? And her answer was, I learned to not panic, but trust God. And not panicking is such an important thing to learn.
And of course, her daddy came and rescued her.
Yeah, you did. But so while you are helping them build the self-confidence, helping them build the problem-solving skills, you're also involved, but in a supportive role. Yeah. Rather than being that lawnmower parent.
Well, and I just like this aspect of it, asking them, what do you think you should do? And as they respond, helping them to think through the repercussions of those choices and what could happen and all those sorts. So we're kind of logically helping them think through the entire process and the things that can happen. And part of that shift comes from, hey, instead of controlling, we're gonna allow natural consequences.
This is so good for our kids.
And of course, we're allowing consequences within reason. So, like, for instance, you're not gonna let your 2-year-old crawl over and stick something in the electric socket or reach up and burn their hand, right?
There's that video that's out there of parents from the 80s or whatever, and the baby's going for the outlet, remember? And the mom goes to rescue the baby, and the dad's like, no, let him go. And they like watch their child stick something in the electrical outlet. And then he's like, he'll never do that again. Yeah. It's like, whoa,
yeah,
okay.
We're not doing that.
We're not going that far back,
We're not going to let them risk their life. But, instead, it's just things like this. Instead of bringing their forgotten homework or making excuses to teachers, let the child face the consequences about that. So whether they get a lower grade because they don't get their homework in, or they've got to, go to detention, or whatever it is, let them work through it with their teacher, and talk about how to plan better next time. Mm-hmm. And it teaches accountability and real world cause and effect, which fosters maturity. because in the real world, there are consequences for our choices.
Yep.
And if we make a bad choice, if we don't get up on time and we're late to work so many times, you're going to get fired. Like, things are going to happen. There are consequences in this world.
And that is a principle we see in Scripture. You reap what you sow. It's all throughout Scripture that when you sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind, right? Like, what you sow, you will reap, whether it is good or bad. Another thing that you can work on is try to shift from micromanaging to letting them make some choices. So rather than choosing their schedule, choosing what outfit they wear, choosing the interests, what interests them, now rather than that, you're going to give some choices for them. So you may, like, this is kind of how we did it as our kids got older. It would be like, okay, when they were really little, I just put their outfits out and I dressed them, right? Then a little bit later, it might be like, okay, we are going outside. It's very hot and sunny. So these are 3 sundresses and you can pick which one you want, right? Because I'm not just going to let them wear a sweatshirt and jeans if it's really hot out. Then they get older and older and then they choose the sweatshirt and jean on a hot sunny day. And I'm like, okay, you're going to have to bear the consequences. Until sweat and BO came an issue. Then it was like, you will not wear a sweatshirt on hot sunny days. So
I don't get it. Like, the hottest days of the year, they want to wear sweatshirts and jeans and outside in Florida. And then when it's the coldest day of the year, they're putting shorts on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and tank tops. I don't understand this.
What are you doing?
It's like you're literally trying to make yourself as uncomfortable as possible.
It is rebellion against weather.
I don't know what it is, but
that's the only thing I can say. But basically, you're giving them choices, right? So you might be narrowing down their choices. So it's not like you can choose anything. But out of these 3 things, you get to have some control, okay? Because I know that these 3 things are still safe. They're all 3 safe choices. So you might be able to say, would you like to do your reading homework before dinner or after dinner?
Yeah.
So you're not saying, let me know if you want to do your reading homework. That's not a choice they can handle at certain ages.
Yeah.
But you maybe can let them choose when they do it, right? So what you're doing here is you're encouraging independence. You're encouraging decision-making. And you're still keeping some structure. You're still protecting them from any, like, very serious consequences, like never ever doing their reading or, getting really sweaty and uncomfortable outside or whatever it may be.
You can shift from speaking for them to coaching their voice.
So this is what I need to listen to.
So instead of ordering at restaurants or emailing their teacher for them, practice what they want to say, then encourage them to speak for themselves. And so you think of the emailing a teacher situation, whatever the reason you're emailing them. It's like, okay, what information do you think we should include in this email? And obviously, if they've never done it before, they're going to need some guidance on the right things to say and how to word it and all that kind of stuff. But we're working to develop their communication skills, working to teach them how to self-advocate, which are all keys for long-term success. You have to be able to advocate for yourself. Like, nobody's going to do that for you in the real world. Mm-hmm. They're just not going to do that. And especially here, raising 4 women in our household, they've got to learn how to advocate for themselves in this world. Mm-hmm. And so, we want to be able to kind of bring them along, and all this is age appropriate, whatever the age appropriate thing is for them. They get to the point where they're like 17, 18, and one of our daughters is now, doing communication with the college and getting ready to start all that. And so we've kind of been teaching her how to do that.
Yeah, it was really interesting because our second daughter, Isabella, she is 18 years old, just graduated high school and graduated from our community college with her associate's degree. So she's heading into Flagler College in a month, and she gets her schedule.
Jeez, it's so fast.
It's actually one day less than a month now. So the countdown is on, people. But she gets her schedule from the college, and she sees classes that she already finished at Daytona State. And she's like, this is not good. I don't want to redo these classes. That was the whole point of pushing so hard in high school. And so while Isabella is extremely independent, she sets her own alarms. She gets up for work. She goes to work on her own. She washes all of her own laundry. She completely handles her life, basically.
Never had to worry about her doing her school or getting to a college courses or whatever. Yeah.
She's completely responsible. But thankfully, she still wants me in her life. And so she's like, Mom, I want to go up to the college and I want to meet with the I can't remember what the title is, but it's the person who helps with the scheduling for the students. And will you go with me? So I said, absolutely. Let's make a day of it. We're going to get coffee on the way. We're going to have a good time. We're going to go and let's just tour. Let's go walk around the campus. Let's check out the student center while we're there. You know, we've seen these things already, but like, let's make this fun. So we did. And we had a great time. But we get to the college, and I found this interesting because this is obviously an issue that kids going from high school to college are having across the board. We get there, we find the office, we let the secretary know we are here. We sit down and wait. They lead us back into the office. Isabella walks in first, I follow behind, and the lady goes, oh, Mom, thanks for being here, but would you mind actually waiting in the waiting room? I'd appreciate that. And Isabella got this quick look of panic on her face, just because, you know, in her mind, we were going to talk together and it was going to be, I was going to be there. And the lady then looked at Isabella and said, we're trying to encourage you to now be an adult without your parent coming in with you.
Which is great.
We want to have this discussion with just you and me. And I'm like, absolutely, Isabella, you'll be fine. And I went out to the waiting room and read my book. But it was good for Isabella. And I thought, wow, that is fascinating because they have this all the time. This is what this woman does. Every day of the week, she meets with students and helps them work out their schedule and figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
And they know, like, you've got to tell the mom to go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Because mom is there. And so I thought that was really cool. But I do think that maybe that means that that's an issue with across the board with all families.
Yep.
I'm assuming it happens with all races, ethnicities.
Yeah.
Like, it's across the board.
Yeah.
So we've all got to work to like let our kids have speak for themselves and deal with their problems themselves. And the last thing that you can do to try to kind of correct this lawnmower parent behavior is shift from fear of struggle to embracing the growth through challenge.
Yeah.
I think that is so beautiful because it is like we're averse to any struggle. We fear it. Like it's anything that goes wrong. It's like, no, we can't have anything go wrong. Listen, everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Just do a project with Thomas. Everything goes wrong.
Well, and I think of, this was a phrase when I was growing up, embrace the suck. It was like,
I've never heard of that, but that's,
it was just like, and it had to do with sports and all that kind of stuff, but it's like, you just have to get used to that. Like if you're going to learn and grow and become strong and succeed, you've got to be willing to go through the grind.
Basically, that needs to be my new gym motto. Yeah.
Somebody put it this way, and I don't remember who it was. It's in a book. It's very famous. And so if you just Googled, eat the frog, it's kind of the idea of whatever the worst thing is that's going to happen in your day, get that done first. And you eat the frog first, and everything else is going to be better than that. So,
I like it.
Embrace the suck. You've got to teach them to, have the difficult conversations and all that.
Yeah, it's almost like leaning into the challenge, leading into it, understanding that it's creating growth. So rather than avoiding the difficult conversations or the sports tryouts that you might not make, or, trying out for the play or singing the song, rather than avoiding all of that because you're afraid of any risk and you're afraid of any failure, now what you're going to do is you are going to encourage bravery. You're going to help them walk through it. And you can even maybe draw from your own experiences, right? Like, man, when I was in high school, I was so afraid to try out for the softball team, but I went ahead and did it, and it was a terrible experience. It was a great experience. This is what I did. Just draw from your own experiences because I know you have failure in your life. I know I do.
You know what it's like to fail at T-ball.
Yeah, I do. Coach pitch. It wasn't T-ball. It was coach pitch. Yeah, I'm quite the failure.
Her whole team got sad when it was her turn to get up to bat because she sucked so bad.
The whole team, you could hear them. They'd say, okay, Lysandra, you're up. Everybody went, aww. On our team.
Yeah, everybody else on that team was like, yeah.
And it was the coach was pitching to me. My own coach.
The coach is literally trying to throw the ball at her bat.
Yeah, she could not hit it.
Just hold your bat still.
Oh my gosh, that's the problem. The coach couldn't hit my bat.
Yeah.
I never saw it that way. Now I know it was never my fault.
Yeah, right.
Listen, if you learn from failure, I should be the wisest person in the world.
Yeah.
I have failed at so many things, including who I picked to marry.
Yeah.
So many.
But
You're supposed to react bigger to
the
that.
thing is, like, we have to change our view of failure, pain, hardship. Like, we tend to look at those and we put them in a category that says bad. When in reality, it's good. Like, there's so much value that can be obtained from going through hardship, going through pain, going through failure.
Well, and I hate to go back to this again, but in our connection group for our young adults on Sunday night, we were just talking about this because oftentimes when things are really good, you forget to talk to God. You forget to pray. But there's such value in these hard times and these times of struggle because it turns our face to God and we just bow before him and beg him for help and we rely on him so deeply. And it's like your relationship with God deepens so much when you go through hard times. And so therefore there's so much value in the hard times, even though they are hard by definition. Like that's what they are. But embrace them. And as you do, help to teach your children to embrace them as well.
So family meeting tonight, you're going to have a conversation with your spouse and just go through these red flags and just open up yourself and say, hey, in my parenting, do you see any of these red flags? And don't be defensive. Don't try to make excuses. Just listen. Just be open to what they have to say and kind of talk with each other through the red flags and figure out and have a conversation about how you can better equip and empower your kids to find their way in this world.
Thanks for joining us today. Please go and subscribe to the Family Meeting Podcast from your favorite podcast provider. And if you found this information helpful, please share this episode on social media and invite your friends and family to listen in with you. Don't laugh at me because I can't say podcast provider.
Your favorite podcast provider.
You know what? It's all right. Because my failure
is
what I learned from. So I've learned to read slower when I have to read that line that I've said a million times. By the way, Thomas is doing so great with Reels. He's sharing so many Reels on Facebook. Share those Reels. That'll also help us. We talk about sharing the podcast. We'd appreciate you getting the word out there. But share the Reels. Help people to know that there's a family meeting community and podcast here to help.
To find more content and information Lysandra and I provide, you can go to our website, familymeeting.org. Or email us at info@familymeeting.org. We'd love to hear your feedback and thoughts and comments and experience on today's episode. You can text us or call us at 904-257-3062.
And we want to invite you to join us for our next family meeting next week as we discuss whether or not your spouse can tell you anything. Will you listen? Are you open to the fact that you could possibly be wrong? I think that we all have that person in our life that we've known who it's like when you try to talk to them, it's like, I can't even tell them anything, so I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
Maybe that person is you.
I hope not.
We're going to talk about that next week.
Thanks for joining us today for this family meeting. Have a great week, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.
All right. Are you a lawnmower parent? Did you see stuff in here where you were like, ooh, snap, I do that? Like for me, it's my talking for the kids.
I don't think I'm a lawnmower parent.
No, you're more of a...
I'm more of like a free range. I tend to lean the other direction where just letting them...
Yeah, where I'm like, hey, can you help here?
Can you be a dad?
Wake up. Your kids are fighting. The kids? There's kids here? Oh, yeah, right over there.
You got to learn conflict resolution.
Yeah, so it's all part of your strategy?
It's strategy,
Well, you're killing it. So.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks for joining us this week. Comment on some thoughts that you have on this episode about being a lawnmower parent. We would love to hear from you. You are an amazing person, and we value what you have to say. Have an awesome week. We will see you right here next week.